Hey guys, it's Dawn Robles, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located outside the Phoenix metro area. So, welcome to week 7 of my Christmas series. It's going super fast, isn't it? Today I'm going to show you how to make a cute gift card holder using the Kindest Gnomes dies. Sorry, I had to think about that. The gnome dies and the Sweet Candy Cane DSP or Designer Series paper. But before we get started on the project, I want to go over a couple of quick announcements, really awesome ones. So the first one being that we have a new kit coming out today called the Timeless Greetings Kit. Now this is a kit that includes 8 cards, envelopes, the stamps, the ink, everything to create the project. And for me, they were very masculine cards. It's an all-occasion card kit, but for me it was very masculine and I loved it. I had the opportunity to work with them at convention over the weekend. Yay me. And I'll show you here if you can see that. Let me see. Yeah. So you have a globe and the colors are really beautiful and unique. I love that they did this. Kind of masculine. Well, not kind of masculine, it is masculine, but so that's another one of the designs in there. The second one is starting today through November 18th. We are having our annual seasonal sale from our annual catalog only. So what this seasonal sale includes, man, I'm stuttering. Okay, so what this seasonal sale includes is all punches out of the annual catalog are 10% off. All the stamps, I'm telling you, all the stamps off the annual 2022-2023 catalog are 15% off. And you will receive 20% off of the dies, the embossing folders, and the non-specialty DSP. So really great time to stock up. Great time to give your Christmas list to your hubby or your wife and say, okay, here's what I want for Christmas. They'll save oodles of money and everybody can be happy. But again, all those products are based on our annual catalog. Next bit of business is the Fitting Florets bundle. If you haven't seen that, I'll put some links on my page. That is still available, and for any customer that orders the bundle through my online store or through me personally, I will be sending you a PDF that has 10 different projects on it to use with that bundle. So 10 different cards, I should say. I was not the only designer on this. I worked with 9 other fabulous designers, and I was blown away with who I got to work with. So let's just leave it at that. Again, I went to convention over the weekend and it was so much fun. But the best part of it, besides getting to drink wine and hanging out with my girlfriends who I hadn't seen in 3 years because there hadn't been a convention, is, drum roll, blah, we got the new mini catalog. It's purple. Look at that. So this catalog will be going live January through April of 2023. But for my customers who have placed orders with me in the last 6 months, I will be sending those out to you in December. If you would like a catalog but you haven't placed an order with me, there's still time to do that. Or if you want the catalog, just send me your name and your address if you're not working with a demonstrator, and I will get that in the mail to you. And I will also include, that's right, our celebration catalog, which is awesome. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started with today's project. Okay, let's get started making tonight's gift card holder. Like I said before, we are using the Kindest Gnomes dies along with the Sweet Candy Canes, the sentiments from that stamp set, as well as the Sweetest Christmas DSP to make this little guy. All the dimensions are going to be listed at the end of the video. The screen will go black for a moment and then the dimensions will pop up. So you can always skip ahead if you need those. I'm going to go ahead and bring my scoreboard in. And the first piece that we're going to be working with, I'm using Real Red cardstock, and this piece is cut at 4 1/4 by 9 3/4. I'm going to score that at 5 1/2. Okay, and then I'm just set that aside for a moment. Then I'm bringing in a piece that is 3 3/4 by 7, and I'm going to score that at 1/2 inch and 5 inches. Okay. And then I will need one more piece of Real Red that is cut at 2 by 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and start with our card base. We're just going to fold on that score line, and we're going to leave the shorter piece right here is what we're actually going to be decorating first. So all I did for that is I took a piece of Whisper White that measured 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and then a piece of the Sweetest Christmas DSP measuring 4 by 4, and I will create my layer that way. Okay. And these cards, once you get the hang of it, they go together super fast and easy. And then I'm just going to layer that on top of the 4 1/4 piece. And give yourself like a nice, I might have to open that up like this so I can gauge it a little bit better here. Give yourself a nice little border all the way around. Okay. And then the 2 by 4 1/4 piece, I'm doing the same thing. So I have a piece of 1 7/8 by 4 1/8 Whisper White, and then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper that is cut at 1 3/4 by 4, and I will just layer those all together. Get rid of the glue there. I should have brought my glue mat over. Oh, I love this polka dotted red paper. Okay, we're just going to layer that up. Like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I put score tape again for video purposes. You can use your liquid glue as well, and I just use the 1/8 inch score tape right here on 3 sides, because all we're doing is creating a pocket. Again, liquid glue works great. I just wanted it to dry quickly. And then I'm going to open up my card base, and at the bottom of this piece here, I'm going to attach that. Just going to line it up. And there we go. So we've created a pocket for our inside piece to go in, is basically what we did, okay? So your card base is good. And then on this 3 3/4 piece that we've just done, we're going to go ahead and fold that 1/2 inch score line to the back. We can go ahead and burnish that. And then the remaining 2 inch piece down here, we're actually going to fold up. And again, this is what's going to make your pocket for your gift card. So this pocket is for the gift card holder to slide in and out of. This pocket is actually for the gift card itself. So we are going to stamp a sentiment here, and this piece of basic white is cut at 3 5/8 by 4 1/8. It is not the full length of the card, but the pocket will hide, you know, the bottom of it. So when you're stamping your sentiment, try and keep it towards the top. That way you still have room for signing. Looks good. And the sentiment again is from the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set. And then I'm just going to add a little adhesive. And I'm going to put it on the inside here. So again, glue tab back, pocket up. And that is the wrong piece of paper. No bueno. Let me cut another piece. So I'm going to cut 4 1/8 by 3 5/8. So I bet this is 4 1/8. No? Okay, this is 4 1/8. Okay, by 3 5/8. Well, just take you on a little adventure here. Cut a new piece of paper. Let's try this again. Go ahead and stamp my sentiment again. Okay, now we're going to pop that in there. Much better. Okay, now if you want to create a little finger tab right here, you got two ways to do it. So you can take our like 1 3/8 or 1 1/2 layering circle die and just run it through your die machine. Just don't put the die all the way on it. Or if you have one of the retired punches, that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to put very little, just going to snip a little bit out of there, like so. And that gives you your nice little finger pocket for that. And then again, this is a very tight dimension, so I'm going to use liquid glue, and I'm going to put a bead on up each side only. And you want to keep it as close to the edge as possible. That way your gift card can slide in and out. If you use like the Stampin' Seal or the Tear & Tape, unfortunately it's too wide and you would have to run your gift card vertical instead of horizontal in there. So we're just going to press that, and while that's drying good, I'm going to go ahead and run a piece of Tear & Tape across this 1/2 inch score line. So make sure you get it right at the top of that score line there. Okay, and then I'm going to give that tape a little burnish. And then I'm going to bring my card base back in, and I'm going to open it. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of, I think I'll slide that in there. Let me see if I can do that. Here, let me see what way is the best way to do that here. I'm going to line this piece to the bottom of my score line right here. Okay, just make sure you got pretty even on both sides here, and then you can go ahead and remove that score tape. And then all you're going to do is fold your the top of your card base over on it. Again, making sure that this is all lined up well. Don't do what I just did. Okay, so now I got it. Well, I did. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay, so now I'm going to shut up and just fold and press. And then when that does that, that just will move it right up like so. Then I can open my pocket here and slide her right in. Okay, so when you close, it'll take a You might want to open it a few times, open and close it a few times so it goes all the way in. Okay, just like that. And again, you may burnish this a couple of times. That way you just get a nice fold on there. I'm going to go ahead and put a bottom sediment on here, and I'm going to use the Marion Bright. All I did is bring in a scrap piece of paper, and then I'll trim it down to where I need it. Now, if you're scrapping on, or if you're stamping on white paper and you want to see what you're doing, put it under a colored piece of cardstock. That way that white really stands out and you can see exactly what you're stamping on. Okay, that looks marvelous. And I think I'm just gonna, see here if I can trim anything. I think I got it pretty good here. Okay, and then I just decided I wanted a piece of garden green to make it pop up a little bit. You can just take your sentiment and put it right there. That garden green piece is going to be too short. So, do I have any more scraps around? I don't know that I do. Alright, well, if I don't have another scrap of garden green, I'm just going to glue the white down. I don't want to cut a whole piece of paper just for that. So I'll just take this and put it right there. I don't know though. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself once again. So I'm going to open my card base back up. I'm going to slide my gift card in there. Make sure it works okay. There we go. Close that up. And then we're going to go ahead and build our gnomes here. Let me put my card base to this side. I had already built two of these little guys up. So I'll just show you how I die cut everything. So I love our die cuts because it actually gives you a diagram like where to place the hat, where to place the nose. So it's fantastic. But I wanted him to look like he had a little bit of icicles on his beard. So you know me, I just took the Wink of Stella and I kind of went over where they had the deep embossing. And it just gave it like a little shimmer, like there's a little bit of crystals on his beard. And then I'm going to pick a hat. I'm going to use the green one again. Okay. And then when I did a survey the other day, most of the people thought the gnome's nose needed to be on the outside of his hat. So that's what we're doing. Glue his little nose. Like so. And then when I do his feet, I just add a little liquid glue and then I line up his beard, if you can see that. His feet are kind of off center, which is good. And then my center guy, I just popped him up on dimensionals. And then I glued these two guys down with a little bit of Stampin' Seal. You could use liquid glue on that as well. That way, if you needed to move it around, I guess you could do that. So let's just do that real quick. Gonna place him a little bit higher. And then put this little dude down here. Okay. And I'll place him a little higher than his buddies. Like so. He's so cute. And then, since I didn't have the piece of green, I'm just going to take the sentiment, line it up, and there you have it. Is that the cutest card or what? Fun way to give a gift card. It goes perfectly in the mail. With the gift card, you may have to add an extra ounce to it, so it may cost you. I would just check in the post office, but there you go. There is the projects for today. Stay tuned for the measurements, and I will see you again next week. Happy crafting, everyone.